Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the regular updates of my channel, and do not forget to like, comment and share. Hello everyone, welcome back to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is part of training for learning JavaScript with ServiceNow. The next topic is statements and syntax. In this section, we will learn what are JavaScript statements, components of statement, what is JavaScript syntax. Starting with what are JavaScript statements. JavaScript statements are list of instructions which needs to be executed to perform some action. These instructions are called as programming statements, and we call them as code as well. You can write a program which can have list of programming statements. Let me show you in my personal developer instance of ServiceNow. I will be using background script for this. So let me write a code. So I will start with where a equal to 100, where b equal to 400, where c equal to a plus b, and then I can do gs.print. Here I can print the value for c. Now all these 4 lines which we have written, all these 4 lines of code, they are written in JavaScript, and these lines of code are called as individual statements. So we have 1 statement, 2 statement, 3 statement, and then 4 statement. Total we have 4 statements. Now all these 4 statements, they make one program. That means it's an overall one program. So one line of code is called statement in JavaScript. Now this program will provide some output when you will execute it. So this whole program, if I will execute it, it will return some output. So if you will go a little bit bottom, you will see here we have this run script button. So if I click on this button, you will see the output as 500. And this 500 is basically the sum of the value stored in A and the value stored in B. So in this code, we have used the statements to declare and sum 2 variables. Components of JavaScript statements. JavaScript statements consist of values, operators, expressions, keyword, and comments. This is one line of code in which 100 is a value, equal is an operator, where is a keyword, and it also has variable x. It is not mandatory to have all components in one line of code. Ending a line of statement. In the same code, you can also see semicolon, which is basically added at the end of the line of this statement. Semicolon is used to complete one line of statement or code. It is also used to separate other lines of code with each other. I will write a line of code or statement which will have these components. So starting with where, which is a keyword to define a variable. Then I will put x, which is a variable. Then I will put equal to, which is an operator, and then I will mention 100, which is the value of the variable x. Now this is the line of code. However, in order to complete this line of code, I will mention semicolon in the end. Then it will be called as complete statement of a program, and it is ready to be executed. So if I would like to print this, so like I do gs.print and I just print x semicolon. So this is the second line of code. Both are separated. And if I come over here, if I click on run, you will see I'm getting the output 100. That means we had two different statements and we ran the program, both the codes got executed and we got the output as well. Now in JavaScript, spaces are also ignored. So if I go back, if I come over here, let's say if I write var x equal to, and I put ServiceNow. Now here, I'm not putting any space. So I'm doing like var x equal to ServiceNow. And if I come over here and I put var x equal to, and I give some space, let's say, and then I write ServiceNow, and maybe I will put it as y. Now both are same. So even if I put x over here, there's no difference. Even you have spaces over here. So JavaScript, it will always ignore the spaces and it will still execute as it is. So system will still think that this x has this value. It will ignore all the spaces we have over here. And even if here you don't have any space, it will automatically treat this as a value, string value. But at the same time over here as well, even if you have multiple spaces, system will ignore that. And that's what you do in JavaScript. So overall, JavaScript ignore spaces. What is syntax in JavaScript? JavaScript syntax is a set of rules to construct the JavaScript programs. You can define how program will be written in JavaScript. Let's say you are using fixed value and that value is a number. Now you can write number value in decimal or non-decimal. It is similar for strings. When you want to provide fixed value of text, then you can write strings with single quotes or in double quotes. Now these fixed values are called as literals in JavaScript. Let's say I need to print a number and text. So I will write gs.print and I will put 100. And then I will put gs.print. I will put a string that is ServiceNow and semicolon. Now, if I will run this code, this will be printed as is. So you can see that we have these fixed values. Now you can only change them by replacing these values in the script. Overall, you're not using any kind of variable. So the only way to change these values, you have to change directly from here. And that's the reason these fixed values are called as literals in JavaScript. Now, another type of value which can be mentioned in JavaScript is variable. So if I remove it from here and let's say I type var a equal to 100 and I do var b equal to ServiceNow. Now here a and b are variables. They can have different values as well. So let's say first we have var a equal to 100, var b equal to ServiceNow. So in that case, what I will do, I will first write maybe gs.print and I will print a and I will do gs.print and I will put b. Now here I will change the value of these variables. That's initially, if I talk about literals, there you had fixed values, but in variables you can change the value. So if I do, let's say A equal to 200, and you can do B equal to, I can maybe do ServiceNow channel, semicolon, and I do gs dot print, I can print A again, and I can print B again. Now you will see the difference. So if I will run this code, you will see first it printed 100, that is the value of A. Then it printed ServiceNow, which is the value of B variable. Then it printed 200. The reason behind it, because we have changed the value of the same variable, that is A variable. And same goes to here. We have also changed the value of B variable as well. And that's the reason it is printing ServiceNow channel. And that's the reason this is called as variables. Overall, you can change the values for these variables. Assignment. You can assign values to the variables with equal operator, which means variable stores that value mentioned in the statement. If I need to assign a value to a variable, so let's say if I do var and we have a variable A. Now, if I have to assign a value to this variable A, then I just need to use equal operator and I will just put 100, maybe any value, even 1,000, 10,000, whatever value I want to provide, I just need to use equal operator, and that's how you do assignment in JavaScript. One of the component of JavaScript statements is expression. Now, expression is created with variables, values, and operators, which also make another value after combining them. So let's say I write var x equal to 100. And then I write var y equal to 400, semicolon. And I do var z equal to x plus y, semicolon. Now this x plus y is an expression in which two variables are combined with a plus operator. What operator? This plus operator, and which gives a value as an output. You can also provide comments in JavaScript statements. Comments are line of statement in a JavaScript program which is not executed. Comments are used to provide details of any line of code or section of code. You can use comments when you do not want to execute a specific line of code, which is normally done by developers while debugging of a code of a program. There are two types of JavaScript comments: single line comments, multi-line comments. Single line comments starts with // and then you can write any statement, string, or code which is not needed to be executed. Multi-line comments starts with // with asterisk, and then you can provide the statements and strings in multiple lines. In order to consider all the lines as comments, you need to put asterisk and // after the completion of all the lines. So system will not execute the statements between these two tags. If I write var x equal to 10 and then I put semicolon. So this is one line of statement which is ending with semicolon. Now I can write second statement of code in the same line or in the next line. It is still the same and treated as second statement. So if I write over here var b equal to 100 semicolon, then the second part is basically the second line of code. The reason behind it, we have already used semicolon to separate these two statements. Now, if I need to add comments, for that I can put / and I can basically put any string I want. Or let's say, in order to understand this comments, let me put this var b over here. I will just put over here after comments, basically comments tag, which we have mentioned. Now what I will do, I will try to print both. So maybe I will do gs.print and I will do a comma b, and then I will put semicolon. Now in this case, if I will print this, you will definitely get some error. Here I have to put x, not a. Then I will just run this. If I will run, it will definitely give you some error. It says b is not defined. The reason behind it, because system is not able to find b. You have mentioned b here, but it says, hey, I'm not able to find b. Where exactly you have defined it? Because system is not able to read this line, because this line is in comments, and that's the reason system is not able to read it. Now, if I go over here and let's say I use multiple comments, so I put like this and I do asterisk, and let's say I do where c equal to 100, maybe 500, and here I do like this, and then I put asterisk, and now I try to print b. I also try to print c. This time, or let's say we will try to print c. Now if I run this code, you will see I'm still getting the error that, hey, c is not defined, because I'm not able to find it. It says unterminated comment. Okay, let's see that. The reason behind it, because we have mentioned star over here, so asterisk should come over here, and now I can run it, and you will see a different error. See, it says c is not defined, caused by error here. That means it is trying to run the code which is over here, which is also not in comments, but it is not able to find the c value. It is not even defined over here, and that's the reason it is giving you this error. Overall, if you do not want to run any specific line of code, then you can just use single line comments and multi-line comments. JavaScript is also case sensitive. So if I write var a equal to ServiceNow in capital letters, and then I do var b, let's use a equal to, and I put ServiceNow. Now here both the a are different, so they have, it seems like they have same value, but this is in capital letters and this is in lowercase, so both are different values for these two variables. I can also put it as a b, but if I maybe check whether a is equal to b or not, basically that won't come as true. So for example, if I put a equal to b, is it true? Then print yes, else no. So program itself will tell you whether they are equal or not. So I can show you. So I can put over here gs.print, else it will be no. And I do semicolon over here, and I will run the script. So we got no. That means A and B are not same. And the reason behind it, because it is in capital letters and this is in lowercase letters. So in that case, if I change this, let's say if I make it ServiceNow, what answer we will get? Will it print yes or no? This time it will print yes, because they have same values and also both are in uppercase. So if I run this, you will get the yes answer. So the overall JavaScript is case sensitive.